Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. I'm Atul Grover with Learn and Grow back on the episode number 24 with the most famous person on the ServiceNow community, Ankur. Hope in the last 2 months you did not miss me much. Definitely, it was time for the enjoyment with family, kids as well. And now I'm back with the more exciting guest on our platform. So before we start, let's do the tradition which we are following now because in India currently the Ganpati Utsav is going on. So once again we can say Ganpati Bappa Moria Mangal
Moria,
Murti Moria.
Moria.
So we'll take 10-second pause, Ankur here. We'll pray to God, give us the power, give us the strength, give us the words so that what we want to communicate should go to the people in the same manner. And then we'll open the discussion with the more discussion, more topics level. Okay. Okay. Ankur, good morning. Sorry, good afternoon for you. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm good. How about you, Atul?
All good. Excited, nervous?
Yeah, little bit nervous,
Okay.
but lot more excited.
Don't worry. This is not that big show. What we have seen you on the service, non knowledge on the bigger stage, where lakhs of people are waiting for you to be here. Definitely. So, Ankur, I know that this is your first live podcast,
Yeah,
and I'm doing follow up with you for the last 6 months to get your dates to come on the podcast. Thank you so much for this one. And we will start with your introduction. Who is Ankur here? How he come in the ServiceNow community? How he start using ServiceNow? And then we'll take a follow-up questions. Over to you, Ankur.
thanks, Atul. Thanks for giving this opportunity. So myself, Ankur Bawiskar, I joined IBM as my first company in November 2013. I was trained in Java, as
Okay.
we usually have the resources getting trained in different streams like Java, mainframe, IBM mainframe, and all. So I was a part of a batch where we were trained in Java, and once the training was done, we were being allocated to a particular client. At that time, IBM was having only one account for ServiceNow. We were not knowing that it was the ServiceNow technology which they are using, but we were directly allocated to the customer or the
Mhm.
project. And then we got to know that it was not Java. It's they are using a Java based application, which is ServiceNow, and internally they use the JavaScript and all those libraries. So it was somewhat surprising for me as well, because we were trained in Java and then we were suddenly pushed into ServiceNow technology.
Okay.
So it was somewhat difficult for the couple of initial months, but thanks to the seniors, they guided us, and they involved us in different shadow projects. So I think it was Eureka version at that time.
Mhm. Oh.
So Jan 2014. So I started my journey in Jan 2014 in the service now. So I was involved in couple of shadow projects as well, along with the seniors in IBM,
Okay.
and lot of help was received from the seniors back then. And coming to the community,
Mhm.
for the first 2 years, I was not knowing about ServiceNow community,
Okay.
and even I was not sure that we get a PDI
Okay.
for our own testing or development. So I got to know it in Jan 2016. So then I started contributing in the community platform, and I received my first PDI back then,
Okay.
and I started my community journey. Initially, it was not that much. I was not having that much, what you can say, interest in participating. I used to search for some answers.
Mhm.
I used to look for some workarounds which were posted by the members earlier. But
Okay.
back then, other than community, there was no other place where we can try searching for some solution.
Right.
So I started exploring the community, and then I got to know that okay, we can participate, we can contribute, and we can reach up to a particular level, and there is some kind of recognition.
Mm.
So it's like it's gradually started picking in 2017-18,
Okay.
and I think I was able to contribute more during these 3 years, 2019, 20, and 21.
Hmm.
Everybody knows 2021, 2020, and 2021 was lockdown,
Right.
COVID. So that used to give somewhat extra time because we are we are not going outside. We are sitting in the home.
Right.
So we can't go outside, and there were different kind of restrictions. So
True.
how can we spend the time? So I then started contributing more in
Okay.
those 2 3 years, and then I think in last one and half year, I think I am not that much contributing, but I just try to see if I can contribute to the community wherever
True.
possible.
True.
So this is the short, uh, long story short for
Okay.
the community platform.
Good. Good to know, Ankur. So, what is your qualification background? Like you done
Yeah,
BTech,
yeah. So
MCA.
I have completed my MTech masters
Oh,
in computers. So
okay.
I completed my graduation, and then I got enrolled in the masters,
Hmm.
and I completed masters, and then I was, I think through campus placement, it was IBM was my first company. So
Okay.
I completed my masters uh, from Mumbai itself. So I'm from Mumbai.
Okay.
So I was in Pune for 5 years
Okay.
because of my initial two companies, and then I moved to Mumbai back to my family.
My family, right? So
Yeah.
Ankur, are you from the beginning, like from the BTech and MTech, are you interested in the coding, or you think, no, no, it's like a boring thing? I will not do this.
I think we only get to know about these things when we actually do the hands-on job,
Yes.
because many of the guys in India, they know how the education is in India. Lot
Yes.
of things have changed in recent years. A lot of new technologies guys are getting in their curriculum, but back in those days it was like C, C++, and Java.
Correct.
So I think that's the basic thing which everybody should know. Other than that, I think technology or the platform or the language you can learn over a period of time.
True.
So it's like you should be having somewhat good understanding of the coding and what are
Okay.
the best practices. And I think that should be sufficient to learn any language. It can be JavaScript, or it can be Python, or it can be any language.
Yes, good, because definitely when I invited guests on my podcast, I want to be know about their background qualification, because that is important to be understand. I'm a BCom background. I'm BCom, then I done MCA. I know Gaurav done, I guess, something different domain, electrical department, and then he come to the computers part. So it is very
Yeah.
interesting journey that how people are changing their complete career and now coming to the ServiceNow ecosystem.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have seen many guys from mechanical
correct,
background or automobile and instrumentation, electronics, telecommunication, and electrical. Like I
right,
think like basic everybody is knowing. It's just that they want to know the language or the syntax or whatever. And there are a lot of resources nowadays. You have YouTube courses, or you have different
correct,
podcasts. Back in 2014, 15, that was not that much at high level. So we
correct.
used to use the older wiki of ServiceNow. So it really helped us a lot.
Right. So I'll take a little bit on the advanced level now. A lot of people message me in the last 2 3 days when I start publicizing that Ankur is coming on my podcast. So people want to know that where this Ankur is busy always, why he did not come early. Because I tell you guys, it took 6 months for me to be convinced Ankur to become on the podcast. So anything on your perspective that you don't want to become, or you think that definitely busy is the one thing, is everybody's busy, but how you thought that, is it a good way to be share the knowledge as well, or what are your thoughts on this podcast as well?
I think you had asked me a couple of times back in 2000, I think start of 2020, 24, I think.
Well, correct.
But I usually don't like coming to podcast or coming in front of the people.
Right,
Uh, but I think we had a good repo when we met during the Knowledge 2024, and
correct,
definitely what keeps me busy. I think after 2021, like I think in end of December 2021, I had my
right,
daughter.
nice,
So it kept me busy, and then we all know how our work life
Yes,
balance is. Sometimes it's smooth, but sometimes it's
it's
on a different
changes.
level. So I usually don't come to the meetups as well unless until
Mhm.
it's in Mumbai, and if I can come on the weekend. I was
Right.
planning for this creator con, which is
Mhm.
happening Pune, Bangalore and Hyderabad, but unfortunately for Pune it was on weekday.
Oh
Had
yes,
it been on, yeah, had it been on weekend, then I would have tried. But I do visit meetups, but it's very rare. I visited
right.
one in Mumbai, which was in 2019 when Dave Slusher, I think he came
Yes,
to Mumbai in
right, right,
2019. So it was in Navi Mumbai. So at that time, I also delivered a session there along
Mhm.
with other guys, and Dave
Right,
was also there.
right.
So it's not that I don't like coming to these things, but I usually avoid it unless and until it's unless and until it's the ask.
Right.
I think after 2020, I had one knowledge 2020 session, a virtual
Okay.
session,
Oh, nice.
because 2020 was a virtual
COVID.
knowledge, right? Because of the
Correct.
COVID. So I had delivered a session in 2020, knowledge
Mhm.
2020 in June. I think after that, I am coming live for the first time.
Right. Okay. So I will request Gaurav Shirsat, who is from Pune and he's hosting the meetups in Pune. Gaurav, can you plan something on the weekend so that we can invite Ankur as well? Because definitely a lot of people want to be meet Ankur in person. Even though Mumbai, Pune is little pass, but definitely we want something for Ankur
All,
as well.
yeah, it's I think 3.5 hours journey for me.
Yes. And
So
and
yeah,
Amit is also saying right that Ankur never come for the MVP ceremonies also. Ankur, that's
I
people want.
visited for one. I visited one. I came one. I came for one where the Chuck's retirement was there. It
Right.
was, so I did come there.
Okay, good. So now, Ankur, let's go back to your journey. So you see, or you started this journey from the when we were on the Eureka version, and now we're almost on the coming to Z now. Zenando is there, and next is coming Zurich very soon on the ServiceNow ecosystem. So how you see this journey of ServiceNow? That before in the beginning, I'm sure that in the 2014-15 when you started journey, people say ServiceNow is just a ticketing tool, and now
Yes.
it's not only a ticketing tool, everybody know here. So how you see this journey of service now, then I'll come to your journey on this on that particular platform, on that particular area as well. So what are your thoughts on that particular thing?
Yeah, definitely. Back in 2013-14, everybody used to say ServiceNow is a ticketing tool. uh, because definitely at that time it was only ITSM,
Correct.
which was the main product. Um, at a later stage, they started adding more and more to their product lines like the HRSD or the GRC,
Yes,
the
MGRC, right.
CSM, and all SecOps and all. So definitely that has given them a good visibility as compared to their competitors.
Hmm.
We already know that ServiceNow has eaten up the market of BMC Remedy.
Correct.
Uh, Not many companies are using BMC Remedy, but there are few companies who are using. But ServiceNow has gone way beyond what they were in 2013-14. They were called just a ticketing tool at that time, but now it's altogether different. It's like a bundle of different products,
True.
and the companies or the customers can take different products or the bundle which suits their requirement and which suits their business. So
Correct.
ServiceNow has grown a lot in terms of the different products, and they try to innovate and come up with new things each release, so that keeps them on the next level as compared to their competitors. So
Right.
that is one good thing which I can see with respect to ServiceNow's journey.
So you see from UI 15 to next experience, you see that journey actually.
Yes,
Good.
that's a big
And
difference.
what are your thoughts about the Gen AI which service on introduced now?
Yeah, so GenAI is a good thing which ServiceNow has introduced. That will help them definitely to uh, beat their competitors, because everybody is talking about GenAI, and we have seen the capability as well in this year's knowledge when the sessions were there by
Yes.
ServiceNow. But yeah, it will take some time to evolve and mature, as every product takes a time to evolve and mature. So definitely, I think in next 6 months or 1 years, it will be full fledged, and customers can use this GenAI capability to
Mhm.
its full extent.
Right.
So it's a good thing that ServiceNow is introduced and they have added GenAI, and they are uh, having partnership with NVIDIA
Right.
to have this kind of backend infrastructure, because without the backend infrastructure, AI and these things won't work.
Want correctly. And what are your thoughts that there are a lot of misconception in the market as well? People are saying that if Gen AI come or the AI come, that our jobs will be lost. What are your thoughts on that particular part?
See, I think this has been a discussion back in 1991 as well, when Rajiv Gandhi introduced computers. Okay,
Yes.
so back then the same discussion used to happen, right? Whether there will be job recession because of the uh, IT modernization and computers coming to the picture. But we have seen how the growth has been. Definitely some impact will be there, but definitely will require some person to operate that machine, right?
Correct.
We are not yet in that phase where machine can operate on its
Everything.
luckily,
Right.
or else we all will be facing that challenge. But I think it's not that there will be uh, huge
100%
impact.
layoff.
Definitely
Mhm.
there will be some impact here and there, but
Right.
not that much how the people are making a hype. So I think we should not worry. It's just that we have to cope up and we have to learn the things, how to use these new technologies and new things, and how we can incorporate that into our day-to-day jobs and activities.
Right. So it means upskilling is the key here. If you did not upskill, then you will be out of the market.
Correct. Yeah, definitely. Uh, but upscaling does come at a cost. If
Yes.
you don't get time on weekdays, so you'll have to spend some extra time on weekends.
Correct.
Now it depends on each person's life, how like they are spending their time on the weekend.
Hmm.
I usually don't spend that much time on weekend on my laptop, because
It's a family
Monday to
time.
Friday is
Yes.
for office and our work, and weekend is for family and our different stuff. So, but yeah, we should take some time, maybe 1 or 2 hours from weekend, and try to upskill,
Hmm.
because anyhow, even if you upskill, right, unless until you implement that somewhere, that's not going to help.
Help.
So
Right.
just knowing GenAI, we are and not implementing it anywhere won't help. So if you are implementing it somewhere, definitely you will get a good exposure and experience on
Correct.
that module. So, but you should be having that basic understanding, so that you can start implementing it in any of your projects or customers, or in your day-to-day activities, so that you can keep up to the same level.
Okay. Good. Now let me change the track now, and we are going to play a rapid fire. Okay.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting. I'll give you one alphabet, and you have to be give me one word from ServiceNow ecosystem. But
Okay.
it should not be the release name.
Okay.
Okay, that's the
Okay.
condition.
Okay.
Okay, and definitely everybody, I know that a lot of people who are joining with me on the regular podcast. So guys, get your keyboard ready, and let's see who is be the fastest finger here, Ankur or the my audience. So Ankur, the first alphabet is C.
C is client script.
Something new.
Uh, Change request.
That's also old. Something new.
Ah,
See, you are special guest here, so we have to play the special game with you.
okay. C for already told we can't take the release name, right?
That's
So
otherwise you will win the game. That's the thing.
uh, catalogs.
Catalogs. Chalo, that's fine. Something with F.
F fix script.
Fix script. Nice. What else?
Uh,
Oh, Creator Con. C. Wow, nice. Thanks, Surinder. Ready, Surinder.
C.
Thank you. Yes, F. Go ahead,
F.
Ankur.
F Fuji is, but you are telling not to use the release, so I
Anybody
already
else with
told
with
one.
the F?
F can be
I'm going for a little harder now. Get ready, Ankur.
okay.
Okay. with the Z.
Z. Zing.
Z. Wow, that's nice. What else?
Uh,
Come on,
then
Ankur. Tick tick one, tick tick two,
I
tick tick.
already told one thing which was not expected. uh,
Right. Okay. Something with A.
A for ACL.
ACL. It's old. Something new.
ACL is not old. We use it day in day out.
Okay.
uh,
Actions.
Action assignment.
Yes. Good. Okay. Let's come back to the discussion. We'll play another round again after a few minutes. Okay. Something I want to know about your journey in community. Getting 10,000 plus right answer is not an easy game within less span of time. Like you are just 8 years in the ecosystem and you're the topmost. If I add last second, third, fourth, and fifth community member or the leaderboard, still we're not able to reach to the year score. How this 10,000 figure you've got it? What bring that 10,000 points here? Sorry, not points, is right answers.
So Atul, actually, I was not focusing on the number of correct answers till 2019 or 2020, I think.
Hmm.
It I used to just help the community, and I used to see that okay, people are marking the answers, so we are seeing the count getting increased for my profile, and how
Hmm.
I am coping up with the other participants. Chuck was already there in the
List.
leaderboard at that time.
Right.
But I think I started because I already told, right, like in 2019, 2020, and 2021 I contributed a lot. I think that helped me to reach that points or the correct answers. And what I used to do was I used to take some little bit time from my busy schedule to answer something which I could answer quickly rather
Mhm.
than doing some POC and then come up with some answer.
Okay.
So that helped me a lot at that time. And um, I even don't know how I used to manage the time, but it used to get managed at that time because of lockdown and because of the restrictions. uh, yeah, 10,000 correct answers, more than 10,000. Even I was surprised when I crossed that limit, uh, uh, because I think it requires a lot of dedication and
Correct.
what you say, like you should be into the system uh, possibly every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so that
Okay.
if any new question is coming up, you are the first one to respond.
Respond right.
So I used to see that if any question is there which is not yet responded, I used to respond to that, because chances of getting answers marked as correct are high there, because we are the first to respond as
Respond.
compared to the other question where already other comments are added by other
Right.
members. So that's how I reached that level. And nowadays I'm not keeping up that much pace, so I
So,
think the points have not increased, number of correct answers have not increased, but I think that's fine. Other guys
right.
are already contributing, so I think that's good.
Yep. There's a dialogue in one of the Hindi web series that now apun hi Bhagwan hai. So it's like it's tough to beat Ankur now, at least for the next 5 years. You have to work very hard to beat Ankur on the coming of the first place. And I also see
It's
that
not that. It's not. See, every everything which has a record, somebody will be there to
to
beat
break
that.
it. Right.
So that's how I think life is. So yeah, guys should not focus on maybe reaching that, but yeah, like they are contributing, they are helping others. I think that much is also more than enough for them
Correct.
as well, because they are contributing to the community.
True.
So even that helps to gain the knowledge as well. They are able to get the knowledge, they are able to share it. So yeah, I will suggest guys to start contributing if they have not, or if they are already contributing, just see if you can contribute more,
Okay.
if time permits.
That's the good point with the essay, if time permits. Okay. So Ankur, I saw that you write the blogs as well earlier. I saw a few of your posts where you mentioned that you write the blogs. So how you get the idea of the blog, that is the one thing, and how you write it, because there's a lot of inspiring rising stars, potential rising stars, potential MVPs are there who is writing the blogs. And definitely it will open the more doors of thinking when expert like you will telling that how to pick up a topic and how to write a good blog within the limited time period.
Uh, okay, so I got the inspiration from Chuck and a
Mhm.
couple of other guys because they already were there in the ecosystem. They had lot of articles or blogs at that time. Um so what triggered me to write the blog was I like during our implementations we find some things which are not exposed on the docs, which we get to know when we actually do some trial and error, right? So I will suggest guys to create blogs for that because those are the undocumented things which we are using in the uh, projects which we
Mhm.
can't find easily. So you can write blogs on that because you know what you have implemented in the project, right, as a workaround, because this was not supported by platform. Okay, so that is the first thing. You can target those topics and then you can focus on new topics like I think back in 2020 or 21 this robust transform map was
Correct. Yeah.
introduced, right? I did create a blog, but it was in draft. I didn't get that much time to do the POC in the PDI at that time. But I think if you can write the blogs for the new topics which are coming, like the Gen AI or
Creator
some
Studio.
things which, yeah, latest features or latest things which ServiceNow is coming up with, that will help you as well, and that will help the community as well. So that is one advice. And
Mhm.
also, I already told whatever you know, you can write a blog easily on that because you have already implemented it rather than trying to on some topic with some or find. So advice I can remember.
Okay. So writing is one part. Now I come to the second part. Can you share some kind of experience which you get a very bad experience in the community that people are saying, "Hey, Ankur, come on, shut up and don't post anything else or don't post anything other than this or good topics like this." Have you gotten criticism as well on the community?
Not really. uh, because I think I wrote couple of I wrote around 15 20 blogs. It was in 2020 2021, but after that I didn't get that much time to write the blogs. But yeah, I don't think anybody will criticize anybody. um, it's just that some suggestions could be there in the comments,
Yes.
which will definitely help that person to improve when they create the next blog. But I don't think anybody will criticize anyone. um, why are you writing this blog, or this was already covered, right? Unless until
Right.
the exact thing is copied, right? I
Corporate,
have
right.
seen some blogs or some articles where people have replicated or copied the exact same content. I think people already know who was the creator of that and who has done a copy of it. So I
Yes.
think need not be criticized. It will automatically, people will automatically get to know about this, so nobody has to criticize anybody. So yeah.
Right. Good. Now next part. How you feel, not now, but when you started this journey of your community on the board side, how you feel when you reach on the first position. It's like I achieve everything, or there must be some more thing for me now.
See, it was nice feeling that I am on the top of the leaderboard, but definitely uh, every day is a new day.
Correct.
So we have to learn different things. Not necessary every day you'll be getting an opportunity to learn a new thing, but whatever you get to know, try to share with the uh,
Everybody.
community and the wider audience.
Right.
uh, Even after getting on the leaderboard, I was of the mindset that I should still contribute. I should not uh, I should not be taking a pause there. So
Hmm.
I was still contributing in 2021, 2022, 23. Now as well I am contributing. It's just that time is not that much which I am getting to contribute. But yeah, people should contribute, and even if they have reached a particular level, they should think that their expertise or their knowledge can be shared, can be given to others, so that they can also receive the knowledge from other guys.
True. True. That's very true, Ankur, on this particular part. I'll take two questions here. Okay. I'll take the second one by Chinmay. According to you specifically, because now the person to whom we're talking, he's the first on the leaderboard, and definitely you have a lot of famous things in the community. And yesterday when I posted your flyer on my YouTube channel, and one person commented on that, I saw this man image on every post in the community. Who is he? And my wife is also asking that, to whom you invited that you are making it the first on the leaderboard. Who is that person? I said, join my podcast and you will know. Okay. So according to Ankur, what should a ServiceNow developer should know or the learn as per the latest market trends and market competitions?
Uh, so like we know that ServiceNow has come up with different new capabilities. One is the UI builder. Uh, One is the next is the Gen AI. These two things and the uh, I think these two are the pretty much the new things which every person should know. Not the advanced level, but just the basic should be sufficient, because unless until you know the basic, you won't be able to implement it.
Mhm.
Definitely requirements do change, but these things are fairly new and they have been into the ecosystem from I think more UI builder is I think from past 2 3 years, right? But lot of people are moving towards UI builder and employee center portal, right? Earlier, back in 2014-15, we used to have the SP portal, service portal,
Correct.
which was the default portal. But ServiceNow has this employee center, which is used by different streams like IT, HR, legal, and all. So these 3 4 things people should know, and also definitely people should know about they should learn, they should explore around these playbooks.
Mhm.
Okay, process automation designer, and they should move towards low code no code wherever possible, so that it also helps them in the code maintenance,
Correct.
and even ServiceNow recommends the same. So these 3 4 things: UI builder, employee center, then the JNAI thing. These 3 4 things every ServiceNow developer should know.
Okay.
Just the even if it's the basic, that should be sufficient enough. So as
Hmm.
of now, these 3 4 modules or the things are coming to my mind. So I just told these things.
Definitely. No, good. That's a good part. Specifically, I can say UI builder because that is growing in the market now, and also ServiceNow is promoting that. I'm not sure that if you know or you don't know, people who are on the podcast with me. There's a series has been done by ServiceNow, I and the UI builder. So you can
Yeah.
watch that where they do little hands-on, little up and downs, practical experiments they do with the UI builder, and then you will able to learn on that particular part. Okay,
Yeah.
now the second point, Ankur, I'll pick up definitely. This is put by Aman Dev. He put two questions actually. First is for the web development job, which actually we don't have any kind of idea. But for the second part, according to both of you, that ITSM and scripting knowledge is enough for 1 year of experience in the ServiceNow journey. What your take on this particular part?
For 1 year of experience, right? I think scripting is required,
Hmm.
because without that, you won't be able to like you won't be able to crack the interview. Okay, but when it comes to the module, right, not necessary the fresher who has joined the company will get exposure to ITSM. They can get exposure directly to HRSD as well. They can get exposure to portal as well, or catalogs which are part of ITSM.
Hmm.
ITSM is something which every, I think, new joinee or fresher will get as part of their job, but it all depends on what sort of customer it is and what requirements it is. They might get exposure to different modules as well. But for 1 year, I think ITSM with not good scripting, average
Hmm.
scripting is more than enough for 1 1.5 year of resource.
Hmm. What else other than scripting you think to be
They
no.
should be aware of the new things, even if they know the basics, like the uh, JNAI, okay, around the portal stuff,
Hmm.
around the flow designers, okay. So just the basic things, they should know what the modules are, what these capabilities are. even if they have not implemented it, that's fine, but they should be able to answer the basic things like how the flow is triggered, or how a person logs into the portal, right? Or how the portal redirection works, right?
Hmm.
These are the basic things which maybe like any company can expect from 1.5 year ServiceNow developer resource.
Right. And I think, Ankur, because you are in the community for a long time now, and there are a lot of people who are in the community. So even though you have a 1 year of experience, better you come on the community and start answering. If
Yeah,
not answering, at least start watching the questions
looking.
as well.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
Because
that
I
will help
saw,
them. Correct.
yes, definitely. I saw there's a lot of people answer the scripting part. Can you try this script? Can you try this script? I'm not a developer, so I can't write. But there are a lot of people, and I guess this is the best part to be a place to be learn free. And I'll specifically put the free shop because here you don't pay anything for the seeing or replying as well. You're just getting
Correct.
recognition if everything goes good. Good. Now I'll take a break here. Jerry, I'll put your question, and Deepak, I'll put your question little later. We'll discuss on journey of Ankur here. So Ankur, this was your first in-person knowledge you have attended, right?
Yeah.
How was the experience?
Experience was good. So I got a chance to meet most of the MVPs who came to knowledge, and even I was part of that CreatorCon keynote. Um,
Yes.
so it was nice to be on the stage for the first time. And I got to know different people in the community ecosystem and in the ServiceNow ecosystem as well. And I had a chance to meet you as well in person.
Yes. Yes.
So it was a nice experience, um, like coming to knowledge for the first time. And I was not sure, I was not knowing that it was the last knowledge for Chuck as a
Oh,
ServiceNow employee, because he announced the retirement later
yes.
on, uh, or else uh, I would have brought some gift to him
Hmm.
from India.
No, we
But
enjoyed your that orange burfi as well, which you bring for everybody in the community.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
Good. So do you regret that why I did not go for knowledge early as well, in the earlier year as well? Or you think it's done and done, no
Um,
problem?
no, I don't think that should be any concern because
Mhm.
I got an opportunity. So uh, I was able to visit and I was able to meet. So everything is for the first time, right? It
Yes.
could be in 2023 or it could have been in 19 as well. But if it is 2024, no worries. Whenever it all depends on your stars
Definitely.
as well. It all
Yes.
depends on your
Yes.
star because we all know how difficult it is for getting the US B1 B2 visa as well. The waiting time is huge from India.
Correct. 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 Agree on
So
your part.
I think I don't have any regret why I didn't get a
Mhm.
chance earlier, but
Okay.
it was nice that I got an opportunity. My company gave me an opportunity to
Nice.
represent them in knowledge, and it
Correct.
was nice meeting few of my uh, colleagues as well from my company there in person. So yeah, it was a great experience.
Good. Okay, we'll take one more question on this same theme and then we'll go for the questions here. Okay. So you were on the keynote speaker, a big stage, and lakhs of people are watching you. How was the feeling that time? Did you nervous and how was the back scene work basically? Like I know that you guys prepare yourself on the weekly meetings with Lauren and everybody who's on the speaker side. You have a setup
Yeah.
because I saw that post of Lauren on the LinkedIn. So how was the feeling that time?
Uh, I was not ready for that keynote earlier.
Okay.
Uh, so these guys told me that they are they are inviting one more person,
Mhm.
and please let us know whether you will be coming to the keynote or not. So please give your response. So I took, I think, 2 3 days to
Okay.
decide whether I need to be a part of that keynote. Then I gave my consent on that, and we had some preparations as well
Yes.
uh, before reaching knowledge, and after reaching knowledge as well. We had some just, I think, 5 10 minutes of preparation, And yeah, definitely I was little bit nervous because
Mhm.
first time I was visiting knowledge, and then first time the keynote as well on a big stage. But yeah, I
Yes.
think the other members who were there in the keynote, we helped each other because it was first time for them as well, so everybody was nervous, so we helped each other to get ourselves comfortable with each other and along with Lauren, so that that nervousness is not seen on the stage.
Good, 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 good. Thanks, Ankur, on this particular part. Now I'll come to little questions and then we'll pick up your MVP journey as well. So the another question put by Jerry is that what soft skill do you think a ServiceNow developer need to be know as compared when you started?
Soft skill, yeah, so one soft skill is the business communication, the emails, because nowadays uh, many customers are focusing and they are expecting a good type of communication being sent over to them. It was not the same case sorry, in 2014-15,
Mhm.
uh, but because of this virtual thing which happened in 2020 and 2021, this soft skill uh, has become a mandate
True.
because of the lockdown. Post lockdown, everybody uh, requires, and they should have this soft skill, like they should be able to communicate with the stakeholders, they should be having a good uh, email skills, email writing skills and email communication,
Mhm.
they should be having customer interactions, right?
Right.
And what I have seen post lockdown, there are many guys who don't start their cameras during the meetings.
Yes.
uh,
That's important actually, right?
uh, I think that is one big thing which I will suggest guys to start following, because unless until you have that camera on, you won't be able to have a eye connect with your customer or with your team as well.
Correct.
So that helps to have a team bonding as well and a good relationship building as well, because we don't get a chance to meet our colleagues day in day out, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Because of this hybrid thing and because of the work from home, so I will recommend to start turning on your cameras during your meetings, at least for the internal meetings, because
Correct.
you get to know your team members, you get to know your colleagues and all. Sometimes it's difficult, I know, when we have a connect with customers, but wherever possible, if you have an opportunity, you have a chance, you should be
Okay.
turning on your camera. So that
Okay.
is one advice which I can give for any person who is there in the ecosystem.
Right. Also, I think this is important, Jerry, because nowadays developer need to be saying no a lot of things to the customer as well. That okay, this cannot be done, but saying directly that this cannot be done is not a good. Better to provide some articulation in a better format. Might be some facts and figure, plus minus disadvantage or advantage for
Yeah.
this approach. There is also going the communication part only, and definitely camera is important. I'll tell you one thing that in for my customer it is mandatory to be on the camera every time. Whenever even they have a stand up, camera is still mandatory to be open. So it doesn't matter that where you're sitting. If you are going out, open the camera. That's fine for them. Good. Thanks, Ankur, for this advice. Now coming to the next question put by Deepak. What I've seen that what I've seen that new developers want to explore more module as much as definitely it's a market need to be go, but their basics are quite low or lacking. How you advise on that particular part?
Yeah, definitely. Market requires each person to be having knowledge of more than 2 or 3 modules, right? But even with 2 or 3 years of experience, you won't get that much exposure to different modules. Okay, you do a particular project of ITSM where you are only involved in catalogs, you
Mhm.
won't be getting that much exposure to the incident problem change or
Correct.
knowledge management, right? So try to do some kind of POCs in your PDI just to know how that module works. Even basics should be sufficient enough. Uh, but I know there are few modules where some plugins are not available easily in the PDI. For that, you can watch different blogs or the YouTube videos or podcast so that you get yourself comfortable with that module, because nobody will be asking you what you have implemented in your customer, right?
Correct.
because every customer's requirement is different.
Different.
Okay, so you should be knowing the basics of that module. I think that much is sufficient. Later on, anyhow, you can explore on that module during your projects or during your exploration phase in the PDI. But I don't expect a person with 2 or 3 years of experience having a
Hmm.
good exposure in each of the different modules like ITSM, CSM, HRSD. But yeah, behind the scene, they should know that it's all workflow, flow designer, business rule, client script, UI policies, script
Correct.
includes. So it's just that the front end or the look and feel is changing, but behind the scenes, you have to work on all these components. So you should be at least on a good level for these components because it can be applied to any module,
Correct.
business rule or script include. It will be used across all the modules, right? Unless and until you have the understanding of how business rule or script includes work, you won't be able to implement HRSD as well, or it can be CSM as well. So
Correct.
you
Correct.
should be knowing the basics of maybe each module,
Hmm.
but you should be having a good hands-on in terms of scripting for
Correct.
different components. That will help you to be there in the market as well.
Right. And I will come back on the same point, Ankur, again here, even though this similar question has been put by Kasim Khan as well, that service now community is too big now. It's too
Yeah,
big. I am sure that people who are on the regular in the community, like I saw Sandeep Rajput is there, Sandeep Datta is there, myself is there, a lot of people from the outside India as well. There's a hundred of emails, hundred of issues come on a daily basis. Because Kasim, which you say that how to put that new work in the work, sorry, new topic in the work, that is the only place. Pick up the issue, do it on your PDI, and you learn something and you can provide the solution as well. So that is what important I can say.
yeah,
Community is the key here. I know the struggle when I talk to Anurag as well and on my podcast. I talk to you now. There's a few people who say that earlier it was only ServiceNow wiki. There was nothing else was there. Or SM Guru was something which was
yeah,
very famous that time. But
yes,
now it's too much content available everywhere.
correct.
Definitely, yes. Okay, now I come to the part. Chinmay again put this question. Sorry, it's not an interview question, but definitely people want to hear from the experts like you. If you take the interview of any candidate, okay, if you take the interview of any candidate, what things do you see which require to hire a candidate? Very, very a beautiful question has been put actually.
Yeah, so I was part of the interview panel as well in my uh, current company and previous two companies as well. So it's simple that should be giving a scenario based question and they should be able to answer it to whatever extent they could. We don't want the exact answer, okay? Even if the approach they give, that's fine, because if we give a scenario based question to a 2 or 3 years of uh, ServiceNow developer, they won't be able to give the exact solution, right? Because
Correct.
they are still fairly new to the ServiceNow platform. But if we are looking for 4, 5, 6 years of experience, they should be able to articulate the solution. They should be able to give the uh, what you say recommendation, okay? Because they are now in a position to say what is best, what is not the best, because they should be knowing the best practices as well. So nowadays any interview you see, they will be asking you scenario based questions. They won't ask you what is a business rule, what does a before insert business rule does, what is a script include, how will you make a script include client callable, right?
Correct.
So mostly you should be uh, knowing how to answer scenario based question and how will you grow those skills. And you will be able to grow it when you try something in your PDI or you play around in your PDI. You participate in the community. You get to know, okay, this is a scenario based question which a person is asking for their customer's requirement, trying to implement that in your PDI. In that way, that question might help you in any interview possibly. If any
True.
interview is there, any interviewer might pick up that same question and that will help you to answer that question.
Right. And please don't reach out to Ankur that Ankur, can you help me to get a job? Because definitely he's an interview panel, but he's bounded with some kind of NDA things which he can't do beyond
Correct.
beyond that particular part. But definitely hearing the thoughts from you, Ankur, that is important. And also, if you ask me, Chinmay, because I'm a process consultant, I'm not a developer. My intention to know that is that person is capable to do this particular part. Might be he's not
Yeah.
able to answer 100%, but if he reach up to 60%, 70%, I am happy. At least he know these particular concepts and he can build that particular thing. Good. Now coming to the next question, which is again put by Jerry, because Jerry and me are on kind of a similar roles. He's a product owner in Birmingham University, and I'm a process consultant. So we talk about these things. What technique do you use as a developer when discussing business requirement that required customization, which are not fulfilled out of the box? What do you think? Being an architect,
uh,
these are the biggest challenge you will be getting now, right?
uh, so basically, uh, nowadays customers are challenging. Okay. They are asking different things uh, to get uh, into the system, right? But not everything can be done out of the box, right? So we should be giving them different options. See, these are two options: option one, option two. Okay. This option one is out of the box. Okay, what are the pros and cons? Okay. And option two is customization. What are the pros, what are the cons? And let them decide, okay, which option they want to do, or which option they wish to take up for their project. Okay, for
Okay.
example, there could be a requirement to use a custom portal, or there could be a requirement to use a ServiceNow's out of the box portal, right? You should be in a position to tell them what are the pros, what are the cons. For example, if you have heavy customization, then you will face some challenges during the upgrades, or you won't be
Upgrades.
able to get the new features, right?
Right.
So you will miss out those features. And for customization, the efforts are huge. Code maintenance is required. Then anything to be added to that at a later stage will require a good skill set from a person to make those script changes into the customization. So we should be in a position to give them different options, like option one, option two. These are the two options. We are proposing these two options. Now it's up to you how you should be taking up the option, because option one is what is out of the box, will take less time, but it won't match your requirement. Okay.
Correct.
Option two is customization. It is what your end users require, but it will take a lot of efforts in development, in unit testing as well,
Cost, definitely
and
costing will be also one of the
costing as well. Yeah,
yes.
code maintenance or upgradability issue, or ServiceNow won't help if anything breaks, right? Because
Correct.
ServiceNow doesn't support for anything which is customization, right? So
Correct.
you won't be able to get that support as well. So we should be in a position to tell the customers that okay, these are the different options. We should put forward different options to them and let them decide what's best for them.
Right. And I think that nowadays what I think even Deepak mentioned the same thing. Even though you are a developer, don't think that yes, I can do this thing. Think that do we have any alternative to do this particular part? Like
Correct.
simple example, when I started the scripting part, I can make a field mandatory via client script as well. And I can make a mandatory via UI policy as well. But
Yes.
if I'm a hardcore developer, I will not look on the UI policy because I love coding. But if even though I'm a hardcore developer, but I'll see if it is available out of the box or some alternative, I should go for that particular part. That is very much important here. And as
Yes.
Ankur says, that customization and configuration to do this particular part as well, you should know the system and the business completely. Only then you will able to answer that particular part, that what is the best option for you, what is not the best option. Definitely it's up to customer. Customer also say no, I want this thing, I want to be go for the customization. We have to be go, but you are the right person. That is in people, the company hire you so that you can provide the best solution to them.
Correct.
Ankur,
Yeah.
interesting question coming on the board now. Which company are you working, Ankur?
So I'm currently working with Enable, a Fujitsu company.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay,
uh, yeah,
Deepak already answered, but it's a complete is unable now because
yeah, yeah,
Fujitsu acquire
yeah, yeah.
unable.
Yeah. So that's why told Enable, a Fujitsu company.
Correct. Yes. Okay. It's look like some technical question, but I try to be read it here. Put by Gaurav. These days, ServiceNow offering App Engine Studio and the Creator Studio directly to be create the apps. In our old days, we have done that through sysdb object table admin, form design, etc. Do you think that newcomers I think it's not be there. Let me put see
I
here.
think the question is not
Yes,
completely.
newcomers should follow those paths first or directly go to the new things. So like he want to say, or he's
Yeah,
asking, the Gaurav asking that, shall we still follow the sysdb object as the primary, and after once we confirm comfortable in that, then we go for the creator studio or AES, or we should directly jump to the new technologies or the new domains.
I think it all depends on the requirement. For example, if you are creating a custom app, right? Okay. So App Engine Studio should be used because it's what ServiceNow is recommending. It's a single place where you can create the application, the tables and all. Uh, we coming from that those days where we used to use the sysdb object to create the tables, but now a lot of things have changed. uh, we should be using app engine studio if there is a custom app or wherever there is a need. But even if you are not using app engine studio and you are using the normal way of creating the table, you should be knowing okay what app engine studio can do for you.
Right.
So even if you're not using it, you should be knowing what it does. That's fine.
Yes. Good. So hope Gaurav you got your answer on this particular part. Now coming to the next point, Ankur, people is definitely pinging me on the WhatsApp as well. Could you please confirm your availability for 19th of October? That is Saturday. Pune meetup is there, and people want to see you there.
It's a direct
Gaurav is
question
already
which is
looking
on.
at me now. So could you please confirm?
I will have to check if I'm available that weekend. Possibly there could be some. I think Navratri. I'm not sure if
Yes. No,
it's
no,
on
not
Navratri
Navratri.
time
Navratri
or
will be
after.
over by 11th.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I can't give a confirmation right away, but I will let you know because for me to travel to Pune, right, it's almost 3 or 3 4 hours
Yes.
journey, right? And their meetup usually starts around 9 9:30, which is not possible for me to reach around that time. The earliest which I could reach is 10 10:30,
Okay.
and the same is towards the end of the day. They have their meetups till 6 p.m.
Okay,
and
yes. No,
have to
but
return back.
nowadays,
Yeah.
nowadays it's look like just 3 or 4 hours event only is a in person, and by
Hmm.
2 o'clock you will free, and by 6 you will
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
reach home as well.
Yeah,
But
I will let you know. No worries. I will let you know
definitely
if I could make it up for that 19th October. I think it's on Saturday, is it? Saturday
Saturday, right?
or okay.
Yes. So Gaurav, you can order the red carpet now because almost 80% I can see Ankur's facial expression. He will confirming, but definitely rest you can manage it. Thanks, Ankur, and definitely people are waiting for you to be meet in person as well as an inspiration, as a guide, as a mentor, as a lead here, which people want to be known that particular part. Okay, now I come to the a little bit on the journey. We just have a 2 or 3 minutes more left now. When you become the MVP for the first time, how was your feeling? And now you're the seventh time MVP. And how's the feeling now?
For the first time when I was MVP, right? I got to know that okay, I am a MVP along with other guys who are there during that year. Uh, Actually, it was a great feeling. But now it's seventh or eighth time, right? So uh, you need to be participating constantly in the community in some or the other way. You contribute to the community, or you have different podcasts, or you have different sessions, or you have different meetups and all, right? So definitely it was a great feeling
Hmm.
in 2018, if I could remember. And you get different recognitions and you get goodies as well.
Yes.
That that keeps the guys motivating for the next for the next year. Although the goodies haven't changed from the last couple of years, those
Right.
are the same. I hope they will come up with some different kind of goodies to the guys to make it more exciting. But yeah, it was great feeling, and I was already knowing that there are a lot of MVPs in the ecosystem as well, and I took them as an inspiration, and
Mhm.
I continued my journey to be a part of the MVP in the platform as well.
Yes. Good. Thanks, Ankur. And we'll put another 2 or 3 questions. There's a question by Adhar Sheikh. I'm from non-IT background, 13 years experience in the back office. Will learn service now. Admin help me. I think Ankur, I can answer this particular question first because see, ServiceNow admin is very narrow. You should say that ServiceNow will able to help me, but as you are from the non-IT background, you have to put a lot of efforts on that particular part. So that is important. And what your take, Ankur, on this particular question?
Yeah, it will be a challenging one, considering you are from non-IT and with 13 years of experience, right? Uh, ServiceNow admin is, I think, many of the admin tasks are nowadays automated. There are not lot of admins which are actually required, because lot of things which we used to do as an admin back in 2013, 14, 15, like adding users to the groups or giving the roles or whatever, those things are more or less automated. So not just admin, but you should, if you want to enter into the ServiceNow ecosystem, you should be having good hands-on knowledge as well in terms of scripting or different, maybe one or two modules. But it's not impossible. You can do it, but it will be a challenging one.
Right. Definitely challenging is one because learning from scratch, and now it's
Yeah,
not an anymore ticketing tool. It's beyond the
yeah.
ticketing tool as well. Good. Okay, one more put by Beam. How to become a pro in script includes from your experience. Any insights?
Uh, Nobody can become a pro because ServiceNow keeps on adding new things, right? In each of these different components. So in terms of script include, you should be knowing what a script include does, from where it can be called, and what are the different types, right? And the different ways how you can invoke it. Okay, that will help you to become an expert, and you will get that knowledge as well when to use a particular script include of what type. Okay, whether you should be using a client callable or you should be having it non-client callable, right? So with experience and the different customer requirements, you'll get to know more about different components, and that will help you to become a pro or expert in that particular scripting. But definitely, there is no single formula
Mhm.
which anybody can give to become a pro in any of these, because
Right.
ServiceNow keeps on adding new things to their components as well. So you have to learn different new things as well, based on the new things which are coming in the latest releases. So that's how you can keep up to the speed.
And I think we can learn with going the code itself, which is out of the box available. See how
Yeah,
these scripts are included and what best they are using in the best
correct,
method, and then you can learn on that particular part.
correct.
Okay, we'll put last question now because it's Jerry put a question. What are your thoughts on Now Assist Creator and how this will disrupt the developer market and skill?
Uh, I think this was a question in the creator con as well.
Yes.
I did get a chance to explore on the Now Creator. Like I played around with the Now Assist in the business rule scripting rules. It will help developer, okay, to write a more efficient code. But you should be proficient enough to validate whether the code or the pseudocode which was generated by the AI
Hmm.
can be directly used. Okay, so I can say it is smart, but it's not a mind reader. So
Correct.
you should be more descriptive in your prompts so that it gives you more accurate result. And also I got a chance to explore on the case summarization. So like it will help the this is from the agent point of view. It will help the agent to focus more on the other task, because they can now get the case summarization or the incident summarization directly using that single button.
Hmm.
But definitely a lot is yet to come, I think, in this Now
Correct.
Assist and Gen AI, and this will get matured as and when the time progresses. And even ServiceNow is learning what all things they can add in the Now Assist based on different customer implementations. Okay,
True.
so that, I think, that's the thing which I can say. Um, Try to explore it. I know Now Assist is not available in PDI, so we can't explore much around
That's
that.
very much
But
right.
wherever possibly, anywhere you get a chance to explore on Now Assist, to
Go
get
ahead.
a hands-on as well on that.
Definitely, Ankur. Correct. So I'm sure that I'm in line with the words of Ankur that it will be there, but it will not disrupt the
Yeah,
complete ecosystem because first we build machine to help human. Now we need human to correct that
operate the
machines as
machine.
well. So it's like a complete cycle is going on. Okay, so Ankur, with this we almost done our podcast now, and I'm sure. Okay, one thing about Ankur which nobody knows.
Every I like traveling to different places. I
Mumbai,
have
Mumbai
traveled
is Mumbai is all
not
about
not
traveling only.
yeah, not Mumbai. I have traveled outside Mumbai as well, Atul. I have traveled to, I think, almost 7 8 states.
Okay,
Gujarat, uh, Orissa, Tamil
okay,
Nadu. So I
okay,
love traveling, but nowadays it's somewhat challenging to take out the time because of my daughter and because of the busy schedule. But I love traveling to different places and to explore the uh, different historical sites.
right.
So my uh, my destination is usually a particular city which is historic in nature.
Okay,
So yeah, I love traveling a lot.
good, Ankur. So you can travel now Pune as well.
Ah,
Just
I was in Pune for 5 years, and I used to do every weekend. I used to come to Mumbai to my home.
Mumbai,
So Mumbai, Pune was there for every weekend for almost
right,
5 years. Okay, so
right. Good. Okay, so I think we are on the time now. So Ankur, as per the tradition, we'll take again 10-20 second pause, and we thanks to God now because He give us the power, words, and everything, so that we are able to convey our messages to everybody and answer the more questions which we can pick up, and then finally we close this session formally as well. Okay,
yeah,
just 10
sure.
20 seconds, then we close it.
Okay, sure.
So now we can take a break. Thank you so much, Ankur, for coming on the podcast with me after a lot of follow up, lot of checkings, discussion, call as well, and it was really, really, really inspiring discussion with you. A lot of things which I even still a lot of questions in my mind which I'm not able to answer question because other audience has these much. You can enjoy your weekend now. And guys, I will come back again on the next week on the Saturday with another podcast of some another guest as well. So keep the eyes on the flyer on the LinkedIn as well on the YouTube channel. Once again, thank you so much, Ankur. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend, everybody.